Hello my lovely viewers and welcome back to the magical world. As always, I am your host, Hurricane, and I'm here to talk to you about the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Quite obviously, I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, as well as a fan of the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them series. And I'm really excited for the next one to come out, but I have to be patient, unfortunately. So today I want to talk to you about one of the aspects in the books. So, obviously, if you're like me, you know that the books, of course, were better than the movies, and as you can see, I've read this poor book so many times that its binding is falling apart. We've had to actually tape it together because I read it so often. I bring the books with me to work. When I have some free time, I just skim through, and I'm okay. But I want to talk to you about something that I recently re-noticed while reading through the books again. So, when Hagrid is introduced, he's this huge hulking giant and amazing. And the first thing he does is take care of Harry, and he recognizes him and says, "Oh, I know you. You've got your mother's eyes." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Who are you?" And he gives him his little birthday cake, and he feeds him sausages and everything. He makes sure that he's fed and he's happy and he's warm. You know, he tells him everything he was allowed to tell him, and it was like, oh my gosh, you're a wizard, and it's wonderful. They never told you you're a wizard, Harry. But there's one huge thing that I didn't like. In the books, Hagrid is portrayed as an intelligent human being, or half human, half giant being that was a pretty cute little wizard and really liked animals, and still really likes animals. The bigger, the scarier, the better. But in the first movie, Hagrid gives Harry his birthday cake. And I'm going to skip past the part that's, where Hagrid mistook Dudley for Harry, because that didn't happen. But he gives him the birthday cake, and this is what the birthday cake looks like. So as you can see, he misspelled happy and birthday, and it looks really bad. And he's like, "Oh, well, happy birthday, Harry." And Harry's like, "Oh my gosh, I got a cake from a stranger, and someone's being kind to me and nice to me. This is so crazy." In the books, though, he gives him this cake, and he makes sure he's nice and safe and everything. But the major issue I have with that is he is literate. Hagrid is extremely literate, okay? He writes a letter to Professor Dumbledore saying, "Hey, I got Harry, nice and safe, we'll be on our way soon, don't you worry, got everything under wraps, got it all handled, sir." But in the movie, he doesn't even do that. He's shown as kind of stupider. Think about this. Hagrid was expelled when he was 13 years old. In those 13 years, he has had to have learned how to read and write. I mean, you had to be able to excel in school. And now, while we don't know his actual grades, because the only people whose grades have actually been shown in the books are Harry, Ron, and Hermione's grades, because, of course, we all know Hermione's grades were the best. Not so much in, divination, obviously, because we all know how Hermione felt about divination. But Hagrid was expelled in 1942. We know this because in the second book, Hagrid mentions that 50 years ago it happened. 50 years. So if you do a couple little bit of things with math and you realize, oh, okay, it's this time, that happened. Well, he was in 1942. Unless the school district was a little different in 1942 than it was later in Harry's time, kids knew how to read and write. So Hagrid would have had to learn how to at least spell happy. He knows how to do this, and they just did this in the movie to make him seem stupid, and it's really frustrating because here's this intelligent giant of a man who is so sweet and so kind, takes care of Harry, invites him down to tea, says, "Hey, how was your day? How was your school day? How was your week? Oh, I know Snape's kind of mean, but he's just a professor, can't really do anything about this. Welcome to the wonderful world. I hope I'll keep you guys happy. You want to see some of my experiments? I want to have fun. I want to teach you kids." He was an intelligent man, intelligent enough to be decided by Dumbledore to be a professor. Dumbledore chose him as the professor of Magical Creatures because he knew Hagrid. He knew how intelligent Hagrid is. But in the movies, he's portrayed as kind of stupid. And it's really frustrating because For those of us who love the books, who go through the books and they're our favorite characters, Hagrid is my favorite character other than Professor McGonagall of all the adults, because I do like a lot of the adults. Oh, I love Molly Weasley, but for the male figures, Hagrid was the man that was there from the beginning. He walked in, he took Harry out of his broken house, carried him, make sure he was okay and safe, and carried him to his aunt and uncle's where Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall were waiting. And he cradled him, and he cried when he realized everything that had happened. He held baby Harry in his arms, passed him to Dumbledore, and then just broke down. Okay? Hagrid is a beautiful creature, a beautiful person that deserves love. You know, you've seen how in the books and in the movies, how much he cared about his half-brother. He brought Gropp all the way back to Scotland, probably, to Hogwarts to take care of his brother, because all the other giants were making fun of him because Gropp was seen as the midget. Even though Hagrid is smaller than he is, Gropp is still small compared to other of the other giants. So look, yeah, you might say, oh, Hagrid's just a second-rate character. He's just this character that's there and he helps the kids. And oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. No, he's a great character that our wonderful queen of the Wizarding World, Rowling, put down, and she made him into this intricate character that I love, and I would love to go back in time. I'd love to get my time turner out and go back in time to go see him, say, Hagrid, you're a beautiful, wonderful person. Here's a new wand because you deserve it, because you were framed by freaking Tom Marvolo Riddle because he didn't want to take the blame for, oh yeah, I killed a girl. She was a mudblood, so it's okay. No, it's not. I do love, however, how Rowling decided that she was going to make a gorgeous series of books that came together that talked about all these intricate things in our society, and yet people are still like, oh, it's a book about wizards and darkness, and there are those Christians out there who are like, oh, I'm not going to let my child read this. No one said you get this book about how Harry is saved from his atheist aunt and uncle and brought and taught about Jesus. Because, great for you, I'm glad you want to teach your kids like that about Jesus, but no, it's a beautiful series that talks about racism and the issues that rely on it, and I'm going to make another video about this, but I wanted to focus on Hagrid today because Hagrid is a person who needs to have someone speak up for him, because he's this kind giant that just wants to take care of animals no matter how terrifying they are, because he sees them as precious. And I do too. I'm an aspiring ichthyologist and I absolutely love sharks. I find them fascinating and adorable. I know how dangerous they can be, and I want to teach the world about how they can be okay, how you can just take care of the animals that you are surrounded by and not die. I'd love to teach about that, and that way I'm kind of like Hagrid, because I see these creatures and I understand, yes, they could kill me, but they need help. So I'm going to help them. So that's my little rant about Hagrid and how he is an amazing person and truly deserves to be welcomed into the magical world. So I hope you all can join me next time for another into the wonderful magical world. Until then, I will see you next time. And as always, don't tell the muggles where we are.